Belts, Wharves, and Coral Reefs, a hilarious scholarly essay on the ninth sentence of Moby-Dick. There now is your insular city of the Manhattoes, belted round by wharves as Indian Isles by coral reefs. Commerce surrounds it with her surf. Ah, Herman Melville, the poet of maritime metaphors and urban melancholy. In this ninth sentence of Moby-Dick, Melville, via Ishmael, paints a vivid picture of Manhattan as a city encased in the relentless tides of commerce. He likens its wharves to coral reefs and its bustling trade to the crashing surf, suggesting that New York City is both a natural wonder and a man-made monstrosity. Having wandered the streets of Manhattan myself, I can confirm he's not wrong. Let us dive into this metaphorical reef and explore how Melville captures the absurdity of New York's commercial pulse, while also poking fun at its contradictions, its energy, and its uncanny ability to turn everything, including itself, into a commodity. Manhattan, the island at the center of the universe. Melville's comparison of Manhattan to Indian Isles belted round by coral reefs is both flattering and hilariously overstated. The city may be surrounded by wharves, but let's be real, no one's mistaking the East River for the Indian Ocean. Wharves as coral reefs. Melville's metaphor suggests that the city is a natural entity shaped by commerce. But where coral reefs are ecosystems teeming with life, Manhattan's wharves are ecosystems of chaos, the honking of taxis, the smell of bagels, and the occasional rogue seagull stealing a hot dog. Commerce as surf. The surf of commerce is an inspired image, conjuring waves of trade crashing endlessly against the city's shores. But unlike actual surf, which ebbs and flows, Manhattan's commerce is a relentless tsunami of stock trades, overpriced coffee, and delivery trucks double parking on every street. Melville, as a wandering New Yorker. To fully appreciate this sentence, imagine Melville himself wandering around mid-19th century Manhattan. Picture him strolling the wharves, dodging piles of horse manure, and jotting down notes, while squinting suspiciously at every ship coming into harbor. Having done my own fair share of wandering Manhattan, I can't help but sympathize. The city overwhelms, consumes, and inspires, often all at once. The endless energy, Melville's Manhattan, like ours, is a city that never sleeps. Even in his time, its commerce-driven chaos would have been inescapable. Today, we replace wharves with Wall Street and coral reefs with Broadway, but the effect is the same: sensory overload. The island mentality, by calling Manhattan an insular city, Melville captures its unique combination of claustrophobia and self-importance. Manhattanites act like they're the center of the universe. And honestly, with their coral reef of commerce, they might not be wrong. Commerce and its surf. The absurdity of urban trade. Melville's personification of commerce as a surfer riding the waves of Manhattan's trade adds an almost comedic element to the scene. It's as if he's suggesting that commerce, like an unruly tourist with a boogie board, has taken over the island and refuses to leave. Surfing through the chaos, commerce surrounds Manhattan like surf, suggesting both its inevitability and its absurdity. Just as waves constantly reshape coral reefs, commerce reshapes Manhattan, turning every square foot into a storefront, a food truck, or a high-rise luxury condo. The great equalizer, commerce may be chaotic, but it's also democratic. Everyone in Manhattan, from the wealthiest Wall Streeter to the guy selling hot pretzels, participates in the city's endless exchange of goods and services. Melville's metaphor captures this frenetic, all-consuming cycle. From wharves to coral, the eternal loop of commodification. Melville's metaphor is hilariously accurate when applied to Manhattan's eternal habit of commodifying everything it touches. The wharves, once bustling hubs of trade, have now been transformed into high-end real estate, food markets, and Instagrammable piers. The irony of commerce, the wharves themselves are products of commerce, built to support trade, yet they become commodities in their own right. Melville's coral reef metaphor unwittingly predicts Manhattan's future, a place where even the idea of commerce becomes marketable. Tourists as the new surf. Today, the surf surrounding Manhattan isn't just commerce, it's also tourists, endlessly circling the island on sightseeing ferries or crowding Times Square for a selfie with Elmo. If Melville were alive today, he'd probably update his metaphor to include them. The comedy of Melville's sublime metaphor. The real humor in this sentence lies in its attempt to elevate Manhattan's chaos to the level of sublime natural beauty. While coral reefs are breathtaking ecosystems of biodiversity, Manhattan's wharves were, and still are, hubs of grime, grit, and graffiti. Melville's metaphor works because it's both over-the-top and strangely accurate. Romanticizing the unromantic, Melville's ability to find poetry in Manhattan's commercial mayhem is admirable, but also slightly absurd. It's like writing an ode to rush hour traffic, or finding spiritual meaning in a bodega cat. A self-aware nod, by likening Manhattan to coral reefs, Melville seems aware of the irony. Manhattan may be a marvel, but it's also a mess, a place where beauty and chaos coexist, much like the waves of commerce crashing against its shores. Conclusion: coral reefs, commerce, and the eternal Manhattan. In this ninth sentence of Moby-Dick, Melville captures the essence of Manhattan, an island built on commerce, surrounded by chaos and endlessly fascinating. His metaphor of wharves as coral reefs and commerce as surf is both hilariously overstated and deeply insightful, reflecting the city's ability to inspire awe, exasperation, and admiration all at once. Having wandered the streets of Manhattan myself, I can confirm Melville's genius. The city is a coral reef of contradictions, where the relentless surf of commerce shapes every aspect of life. And like Ishmael, sometimes all you can do is marvel at its absurdity and keep walking, preferably away from the tourist traps.